Friday, April. I don't even know what day it is. What's today? April 9th? Is it the 9th? Uh-oh, turned off my computer. It is Friday, April 9th, 2021. What's up, Gil? And you know what? Like I have said before, I'm just showing up. I actually don't have I don't have a super big topic to talk about today. I don't have anything, crazy or groundbreaking. This past week has been incredible. I do want to recap the week. It's been an incredible week. It's been a very painful physically week, but it's also been an incredible week. And you know what? An incredible week is a lot better than just a painful week. Let's put it that way. And I've had some really good news on some really good forefronts. And that's been awesome. And it's been really good to just kind of have some good news to report. I'm not going to lie. It really has. It has been, some of y'all know this is episode number 20, which I think is cause for celebration. Because 4 weeks ago, I started this project. I started just turning on my camera and going live every day at 1:30, Monday through Friday, whether I feel like it or not, which is a very important part of the whole story. Because, I have a problem. I have a weakness. I have an opportunity for improvement where it comes to doing something I don't want to do. Just saying, whether or not I know it's good for me. If there's not something inside of my mind that says I want to do it, I'm real stubborn. I can get real stubborn. I'm not gonna lie. I can. It's just me. I'm very stubborn. I'm very bullheaded. I don't know why. Like I don't feel like making my bed most days, but hey, because of the show, 5 days a week, just 5. Saturday and Sunday I still don't make my bed. But because of the show, and there's Gracie, I make my bed. And by make my bed, I mean right before I go live, I flap my comforter and I straighten out the bed. That's it. So it's forcing me to do things that I don't feel like doing, which is important for me. It's important when you're trying to build discipline to identify where you're weak and practice it. Practice not being weak at it. So for me, it's if I don't want to show up, it could be over a myriad of reasons. Hey, Ma. Hi, Mommy. My mommy's here. Ma, I just got back from getting my second vaccination. I'm good. I got my second shot. I guess she shot me right in the lion's face. So, anyways, I just got back from getting my second shot. I actually just got off the phone with the nurse case manager for the insurance company, which is not an insurance company, which is a fraud company called Workers' Comp, which is I don't know. It's creating anger inside my body right now, so I'm not going to get too far into it. But but it's a fraud, a sham. Workers' Comp is a sham. They don't care about you. And here's the thing. I'm not a person that's like, hey, the man does not care about you. These people do not care about you at all. But you know what? I got really lucky, really blessed with my nurse case manager, the one that I have that's ultimately assigned to my case. I had a different person come with me to my last doctor's appointment. She was not a good human being. That was confirmed today. Anyways, had a long conversation with her. Talking with her is good because she's an empathetic, caring human being. Being in this system, has not been good. This has been a horrible experience. Anyways, we're talking about good news. We're talking about the fact that in the middle of even being in pain, having some good news has been great this week. And we'll do some recapping on that. I definitely forgot what I was starting to say before I saw you get on and I started giving you all the updates, Mom. But yeah, it's been it has been a good week. This week, my best friend turned 50. Yesterday he was on the show. He's super fired up now to be back on the show. And I think that we're going to start thinking about some programming where he and I talk because, as I've said a bunch of times on this program, my word for the year is to remember and and every time I say the word remember, I get like a little bit back from who I was when, when I was when I had a little, when I was a little more carefree, when I want to attribute DMX a little bit today, but when I used to listen to DMX, when I used to listen to Outkast every other day, when I used to just to remember the parts of me that I felt like I was supposed to leave in the past, but it has become more and more clear as I started ministry about sharing that they're supposed to come with me. That that the things that I've been through are very important parts of why God's built me exactly the way He's built me. That this pain season is an important part of why God's building me the way He's building me, or allowing me to be built, or allowing me to be tested, allowing me to be tried by fire. But I hobbled my way to get my second vaccination today. So far so good. I would encourage it. I encourage it. Apparently, they were doing a celebration. I think we'll see it on the news. They had a bunch of cameras there. I think that we were celebrating in Chicago, 200,000 vaccination. Or wait, 100,000 vaccinations. Celebrating that mark or something like that. So, or maybe Rush is celebrating that independently. But I think it's a good thing. There's people of all. One thing that I've noticed, it's really been very clear, is going into these vaccinations. To be honest with you, I expected to see more white people, to be honest, than black people, or than old people, or than young. There's so much skepticism everywhere in the world, and everybody, black, white, everybody has skepticism in some form or fashion. So I didn't know what I was going to expect, but what I've noticed is that it really has been a really good mix of people, and one of the most diverse groups of people. I mean, the hipsters, the rich guy, the entrepreneur that clearly is going to a business meeting afterwards, to to older, to younger. It's really an eclectic bunch of people, and I think that that's good. Hopefully that means that maybe some of the stigma about the vaccination is wearing off. Maybe some of the fear of it is, and I think it's important that we talk about our experiences with it. So far, so good. I'll have more to report on Monday. I'm going to make sure I add it to my show notes so that I can kind of check in on what the second shot was like, to kind of give people some update about that. But this week we had a good week, and I think that it was a blessing of a week because, I said earlier, this week has been a painful week, but last week was a painful week too, and I didn't have all this good news. You know what I'm saying? Good news changes a lot of things. I lied about that. I've shown up every single day at 1:30 and had good news, and brought good news. Have been able to seek good news, and that's been great. It's been great for my soul. It's been great for this whole season. But this week I just had I had some stuff show up, some blessings show up. The impossibility, we've talked about it. If you're watching this live stream, one thing that there's three ways to watch it right now. There's Instagram, which looks like most of you guys are on. It's Facebook and YouTube, right? And the Facebook and YouTube, that signal can drop out sometimes and starts to I'm like, whatever, when I'm in the broadcast feed, and it's kind of broken up. But and part of that is because if you can feel my computer, it's just running at full capacity. My laptop is, because it's really not made for streaming this high capacity in this way. It's not made for processing this much information for this long. And so one of the things that I had kind of been praying about, and a lot of since day 2, we've been praying about that there's other equipment, there's other stuff that's needed to continue this project, because I'm in this project. I'm going to be doing this for at least the next year. That's something that I feel like God's revealed, is this is going to be for the next year of my life at 1:30, or maybe the times will change, but the consistency won't. But or maybe it might, maybe the cadence might, maybe it might not be every Monday through Friday. Maybe it might be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever. I don't know. I'm going to keep listening and seeing, so I can have a plan. I was talking to AC about this after the show yesterday. All of our plans are great. They're great news. They're great effort. They're great. Our plans and our preparation are important. And I think God sees that and understands that and respects that. But if God tells me to throw it out the window, I have to throw it out the window. Our greatest plans, our greatest messages. I've always said it. I cannot wait, to have a good plan. And then the Holy Spirit show up and be like, yo, but you got to talk about this. And then I say, hey, she's keeping me safe. Right, Gracie? Keep us away from danger. Those are golf clubs that I haven't swung in years. Anyways, the greatest plan. Throw the greatest plan. My goal is to make the greatest plan and then throw it out the window if that's what the Holy Spirit tells me to do. And so, that being said, my plan, I think right now my plan is to continue this for the next year. I do know, though, that no matter what the cadence, that this show, there's some sort of consistency, some sort of regularity, because the power of the impression that God made on me when I had been kind of figuring out, I've been in this situation that I've been in physically for 5 months now. And when I started this situation, I was like, yo, I remember the first thing I said out of surgery. First thing, everybody, and you can go back on the internet, go back on my feed right now, on my Instagram right now, and you can go back to November 3rd, and you can look at the post that I posted. And I was high out of my mind on all the drugs, and I picked up my phone right after surgery, and I said, God is good. And then you can hear my nurse in the background like, boy, what are you doing on your phone? Because I was like out of it. I was like, I don't know. I'm just trying to. They need to know God's good. And the same is true of that day as it is today. A lot more has happened between now and then. But this week I get to report on some like really good things that have happened. And last Thursday, 8 days ago, AC had come by to, holler at me, check me out, come sit on the couch for a little bit. Hadn't seen him in a little while. And I was telling him about the show, was telling him about the program. I was telling him what I was up to. I was like, yo, show up every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is like one of those, I feel like this is Will Smith on the docks in I Am Legend. And if you don't know the movie, in the movie, Will Smith, it's a movie about zombies, right? And the zombie apocalypse kind of feels like 2020. And but in the movie, like New York has been destroyed, overrun by night walkers. I think that's what they're called. And he, has his system of whatever, but he's by himself, and he shows up on the pier every single day at 12 o'clock. But he has his radio broadcast that broadcasts, and it says, I'll be at the pier every single day at 12 o'clock. I'll be at the pier. I can provide food and water and shelter and protection from the night walkers or whatever. And it's that consistency that ultimately, not to spoil the movie for you, but ultimately helps to save the world. I don't think that I'm in this to save the world. I'm in this to spend time with one or two or three people for whenever and however that looks like it. But I want to make sure that I'm showing up with consistency in this project. And so I know that there will be some sort of consistency. I'll know that there will be something that allows us, whether or not it's even me that does the show in a year, who knows who could be hosting the show. Maybe Oprah will host a show for me in a year. I'll let her have the honors, do a show or two, show up on share the live stream. We'll see what happens. It's not that crazy, but showing up with consistency for people is what I have been. It's been really impressed upon my heart, what people need. Showing up with good news, and what an ironic topic for a show, good news and company. And as a person walks through getting their whole ass kicked in life. But that's what God would do. That's what God would do. That sounds like a God plan. That wouldn't be my idea of how a ministry was born. But God has a way bigger, way better, way more amazing idea than I do. And so, my mom actually mentioned that. I don't know if you're still here, Mom, but my mom mentioned that. She said, I knew that you'd be in ministry. It's been clear for all your life. I just didn't know this is the way it was going to happen. And I'm like, hey, yeah. I don't think that this is exactly how I would have written the story either. However, when I was talking earlier about the word of the year being to remember, I need to be remembering all the things. Hi, Mama. You are here. I need to be remembering all the things that I've gone through that in my life have helped to prepare me for now. And so that's what maybe that's what this year is about. Maybe that's what the good news is about, is to be in the middle of suffering, be in the middle of pain, and to still find it, right? So showing up every single day is something that I have to do because it's something that I'm not good at. I have a tendency, I can tell you that I think most of us have a tendency that when we're in pain to hide. I even used to explain it like it was wise. Like, yeah, I'm a lion. I mean, you saw the lion tattoo with a shot in its face, vaccination shot number 2. He got stabbed right in the face, apparently. And I'm a lion. And I used to explain that in a way that said, well, when I'm hurt, when I'm injured, I go back to my cave and I lick my wounds, because that's what lions do after battle. They go to their cave and they lick their wounds. And so I literally was justifying the opposite of what my ministry is now today in life, which is crazy, because I was literally justifying hiding, justifying not being vulnerable, justifying not sharing. And now I sit in a position to encourage people to share, to encourage people to talk about the things that are going on. On Wednesday, if you haven't seen that show, or I can't wait. One of the things we're going to do when we get this new computer, which I haven't again even talked about, is that we finally got all the pieces together for the computer. We haven't finished paying for it. We're probably like 75% there, which is crazy and amazing. But when we get the new computer, one of the goals is going to be to turn this show into a podcast or a radio show or whatever it is. But we'll have higher capacity, and we'll be able to stream this as a radio show podcast as well. And so that's the goal. That's a really big goal. That's going to be something really that we're really looking forward to doing once we have better equipment. But the consistency has been important for me, because for me, and it's an important thing for me to highlight that this ministry is something that I need. It's not something that I'm doing, providing as a service for other people. This is something that I need to participate in. I need to fight through. I need to lean into. On Wednesday, what we were talking about was, can we share too much? And my answer is no. But there's a whole different way that I explain it. I recommend going back and listening to that show. But we talked about the who you share with matters, what you share matters, where you share matters, when you share, like the cadence or the rhythm that you share in matters, or the place that you're in when you share matters, and how all those things, and we kind of go through, the who, what, when, where, why, and how of sharing. We kind of established that why you share is probably the most important thing, because what that does is that forces you to look inside first and say, what are the things that I need to process, that I need to let go of, that might actually have more control in my life than they should, and what do I need to essentially, like we kind of talked about, open up and submit and share. So whether it's blessings or bruises, whether it's pain or provision, the encouragement is to share, because if you hold on to it, whether it's the blessings or the bruises, you holding on to those things only creates a reliance, an expectation. If I think that I got it under control, I expect to have it under control. So when it doesn't go the way that I think it's going to go, I'm letting myself down. And the reality is, we need to be posturing our hearts, posturing ourselves to rely on God for our provision and for our pain management, right? And so for me, what I would say about that particular thought process in the season that I'm in right now is, I had definitely expected my surgery 5 months ago to go differently. I definitely did not expect to be having a meeting, appointment next week to determine whether or not they're going to replace my knee. I didn't expect any of those things, but because I try I fail at it a lot, but I try to hold expectation with an open-ish hand. So like maybe, it's like holding my, okay, yeah, it's still not fully submitted, but it's safe. It's in there. My expectation is in there. But if I was like this, then my expectation could have been like, oh, I think my goal in life is to hit rough patches, or hit the rough patch that is inevitable in all of our life, and be like, okay, what are you up to? What are you working on me? And what is it? Let's do it. Let's get the work done. Cause there's something inside of me that needs to be. Now, I want to make sure you don't hear, you hear something. I'm not saying that God puts us through these tests. I don't actually believe the quote that God gives his hardest battles to his strongest warriors. And I hear it. It's cute. It makes sense. It makes people that are going through stuff feel better about themselves. I actually don't believe that, though. That's actually not what the Bible tells us. The Bible tells us that God does not do anything that is wrong to us, for us. God will allow things. God has allowed things. God has allowed things to happen that are, and then why would God allow? But God doesn't do. He's not the perpetuator of anything but good, period. But love, period. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's so God's not doing it. After the fall, after God, after the kind of like that relationship that was supposed to be perfect between God and man broke, then all kind of things went wrong, and all kind of things happened now. And all kind of things that were not part of the plan made their way into human story, made their way into humanity. And so we are left in a position where the only thing that we have power over is our choice. Only thing we have is our choice. That's the only power we have, is our choice. What decision we get to make in the middle of the storm, what decisions we get to make when we hear or feel the impression, or we get the idea, or we see the message over and over and over again, and we think, wow, God, that must be you. Or whether we, whether it is you say that you audibly hear, or whether there's an impression that God puts on our heart, whether or not we listen to and or obey that's our choice. We get that choice. And so this project is me choosing to be obedient. Smack dab in the middle of, sometimes I don't feel like showing up. I didn't feel like showing up today. I'll be honest. I don't feel like being. I do now. I feel like being here because the Holy Spirit's moving and things are great. Matter of fact, it was like the second I hit go live, everything changed, because I was in a really bad mood, actually, talking to this woman who does actually care about me, does actually care about my health, does actually care about whether or not I get better or not. But it was like really making me feel mad that there are so many people along the way, or in the process, that don't. There's so many things that, I called her to see if I got one phone call from someone right before I called her. I got a phone call from someone saying, hey, we got to get you tested for COVID for your scheduled injection on the 13th, which is next Tuesday. And I was like, I'm getting the shot. And so I actually got excited for a minute, thinking that I was going to get the shot. The shot is a lumbar sympathetic nerve block. Basically what that means is they give you a shot in your spine, and it numbs your leg. That might not sound like the most fun thing in the world to you, but it sounds like bliss to me, because it's like, hey, you know what? If I don't feel from here down on my leg, that's fine. Who needs it? Who needs to feel it? I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel it right this minute. But anyways, we had a series of 6 of those shots that was denied already once. And then they called me today to say, hey, we're going to schedule you for the COVID test that you need to get the procedure done, because they put you under for it. And I was like, am I going to get it done? Am I going to get this thing done? And I called Dr. Lubinau's office, who's I don't know if I should be saying names, but I called my pain specialist office, and Jessica was like, yeah, no, I wouldn't go to that COVID test. I wouldn't go because they haven't approved it. And then I was like, okay. And so then I called my nurse case manager. And when I talked to her, she said, she highlighted just the problem that she's even had. She's paid by workers' comp to be like to report to them what's going on to help facilitate. And she can't even get in contact with these people. So I was in the, here's the thing. Here's the reality is, if I had not had to show up at 1:30, and here's the beauty of God's plan. He knows what we need way before we need it. And it's like they're waiting for you. I told the story of how I pulled the trigger on this computer build thinking that I was going to use my rent money, to be honest, on Sunday. But just being faithful, just being obedient, because he told me to do it. On Thursday, I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. And then Sunday, I pulled the trigger on it. But then Monday, that amount of money was given to me by a friend because of this show, actually. She said, when I saw your Instagram and I saw that you were taking donations towards your ministry, I knew where I wanted to tithe. And that's where I had made a decision on Sunday. The money was already in the account on Sunday. I didn't see the email. I found out it was confirmed on Monday. It is impossible that happened. It's impossible. But when you need something, God's already provided it. 9 times out of 10, it's just 99,000 times out of 100,000 times. I had to do quick math. 99,000 times out of 99,999 times out of it's always there. No matter what there's not a percentage that I could say. I can't think of a percentage when it's not, when that provision is not there, when the thing that you need has not been already laid out. And, half the time when I get in these funks, right, which I could have been in a funk today, I could be in a funk right this minute because it's so mind blowing to me that human beings on earth, it's their job to slow roll someone's physical health. Like it blows my mind that you can pay somebody, you can pay a company to protect your interests so that you don't actually have to care about like if that person is getting okay or not, because the company is like workers' comp is like, it blows my mind to me. It blows my mind that like it's so disheartening, and how many people are powerless in this. And that's the thing that I had highlighted in this conversation with my nurse case manager. I was like, it just blows my mind that people can just not care about each other and go about their business as if nothing is going on. It blows my mind. And so I had an opportunity. I was set up to fail today, right? Set up to fail today. But God knew exactly what I needed. He knew I've been trying to cancel Fridays for the share the live stream since I started. But Monday, I'm feeling pretty good. Tuesday, feeling pretty good. Especially this week, I had some good news to do with this computer build. We found this impossible graphics card to find in the world. By yesterday, we found the graphics card. Wednesday, all the parts came in for the build. Like, we're building the streaming computer. We're actually going to be able to do a better job with presenting this message, good news and company, to the world. All those things have been amazing. But today, and I've been trying to cancel Fridays ever since I started this show. Like, maybe you should just do it on Monday through Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And today I was like, man, I wish I didn't have to live stream today, to be honest. But God already had what I needed in place before I needed it. He knew I was going to have that conversation. The series of conversations that I had between 12:47, my appointment for getting my shot was 12:20. I got shot at 12:25. I was back at the crib by 12:47. I get a phone call, 800 number, and I'm like, I don't have your money. You know what I'm saying? I don't have your money. But I answered the phone for some reason. And it was not a debt collector this time. It was a person trying to schedule my shot, and then or schedule my COVID test for my procedure next Tuesday. And I was like, wait, what? My procedure is I wish I could somehow gauge, like, if there was a way for me to like gauge where my emotions was. I'm like, yo, second COVID test done. Like, boom, okay, cool, we're there. It's over. That part's over. I get, hope. There's some hope. There's some hope. Look at the hope, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, get scheduled for your COVID test. Get COVID test for your procedure. Oh, whoa, hope! Look at that. There's a little bit more hope added to the pie. And then I get the next phone call, and then I make the next phone call just because I'm like, let me just. Here's the thing. Hope started to go down because I was like, let me just see if it really is still scheduled. Let me just see. And then she was like, no, it's definitely not scheduled. I would not go to that COVID test. We have not been able to get in contact with your people or with workers' comp. He's not approving anything until he sees this third party test that, whatever. And then I talked to my nurse case manager about it. And I was like, hey, just so we're good, right? Like, I just want to make sure that, you don't think I've avoided you. She's like, no, I haven't. And this, and and I actually care a lot about it. But, there's a lot of stuff that's going on with your case and blah, 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 blah. And so I was on this emotional roller coaster from 12:47 until 1:30. And I got off the phone with her at 1:29, honestly. And I'm on the middle of this emotional roller coaster. But then God knows that if I had gotten off the phone with her, I would have been, I don't know, beat up, sad, like probably feeling a little bit hopeless. But he knows that I need an opportunity to get it out. I could text someone and be like, this is some bullshit. Can you believe it? But God knows that I need to process things. I need to show up. He knows that me showing up for people, with people, is therapeutic to me because I get to talk about stuff that I got going on so that people know that what they got going on, it's still going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And it happens to the best of us, happens to the worst of us. But when you're put in a position to do something consistently, to practice a rhythm, right? I said this earlier today when I met. One of the also highlights of my day was I meet with my friend Diana every single day at 11:30, and every single Friday at 11:30, and I talk to her and I open my prayer. God, thank you for. I was like, you know what? I thank you every single day I thank you every single time I'm going through something hard, because I know that the thing that I'm going through that's hard is ultimately going to be ultimately going to be used by you for your glory. And I have countless conversations that echo that. I had a phone call at 10:17 last night that I got on and was on until. No, I'm sorry. I got off the phone call at 10:47. And so I had started right around 10 o'clock of someone that I met 2 years ago that had a issue that I prayed with him 2 years ago. And I said, if you ever need anything, here's my phone number. And we've talked multiple times throughout this thing. And the amount of things that I've gone through somehow, miraculously are some of the things that he's going through right now, specifically around like custody and, co-parenting and those topics. And he is distraught, and I got nothing. And he shows up, he calls me or asks me if I'm okay, if I have time to talk. And I'm like, yo, I got nothing. So I'm just going to check out, and I'm going to, whatever God wants to say to you is what he's going to say to you next. And 47 minutes later, we're still talking. And I don't know. But there's not a coincidence that the things that I've gone through are the things that he's preparing me to talk to people with and through and about. And so my week has been a week that I needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. I pray that I'm never a person that just in the pain, in the blessings or the bruises is quiet. I pray that I get better at talking about the bruises. about releasing the hold that the bruises have on us. And that's the key. I pray that I get better. I pray that I can talk about blessings with humility and humbleness for the whole rest of my life, because I don't think that it's me that's doing it. I don't think that it's me that's like magically making things appear. I don't think that it's me that is providing, you know. I have before, you know, I have before. I'll never forget. I'll never forget I was running a nightclub, and I'll never forget a conversation I had with God where he was like, "Okay, all right. So your work in nightclubs is over." And this is 1 year before my nightclub closed. But he says, "Okay, your work here is done. You're done. I release you." You know what I'm saying? Like you're done. I'm ready for you to. He was telling me then that he was ready for me to step into ministry. He was ready for me to go from talking to the people that I talk to that on a daily basis to talking to more. And I'll never forget. I was like, "But God, come on, like, look, if I leave, there's like 40 people that are going to be out of a job. I've walked away from like 5 venues, and all of those venues, except one, closed when I left. I don't want these people to be out of a job. God, like, come on, And I was making the solution. I was making the answer about me instead of about him. I was the guy because the guy. What do you mean? You can't have that operation without the guy. You know what I'm saying? God, like the guy. So a year later, he sent this company called Google. I don't know if you ever heard of him, to just randomly buy the business. Like, bought the business, converted it into a different nightclub. All 40 of us were fired on one day. And so then I was like, okay, well, you kind of did tell me to leave, didn't you? And I wasn't obedient because I thought that maybe I was the answer. You've made me to be a very powerful person and presence in a room. Kind of thought that it was me doing it all the time. And it was a good reminder that it wasn't me that was doing it the entire time. And so I want to make sure that I share my blessings with humility and humbleness. And it's not that Joel did it, but 7 days ago, we had 0 computer parts. We had 0 impossible graphics cards. We had $0 towards, I lied, I take that back. We had $50 towards the computer. And then 7 days later, we have $1,600 toward the computer. What? $1,600 towards the computer. We have all the pieces, all the parts for the computer. When I tell you that the $1,600 that's impossible already. That's impossible first. That's impossible. And it was 2 different people. And then if you tuned in last month, you know that it was impossible that this person, I had ranted one day. I don't really rant that often, but I had ranted one day and I had posted something about how much BS it was that I have a $700 insurance bill. And to be honest with you, that $700 insurance bill is the thing that takes me from being underwater, like under the break-even mark for my budget in a month, under it already, to drowning. That bill. But it's one that I have no choice but to have, because as we have found, people won't approve things. And so I had to get a new insurance policy so that maybe we can get some approvals pushed through. And I'll just pay for it out of pocket, or my insurance will. Anyways, and he saw that as I ranted that day and was like, I'm going to take care of that bill. And so last month, for March, the miracle was this person that I haven't talked to in forever showing up and being like, yo, I'm going to take care of that bill. This month, it's been already impossible that 2 people have contributed to help to put a $1,600 dent in about a 20. I thought it was going to be about $2,000, but it's going to be about $2,500 build. Those things are impossible already. That's enough. There's already miracle there. There's already things to celebrate there, 1,000%. But let me explain to you the impossibility of this graphics card. I talked about it a little bit yesterday. I'm gonna just breeze through it right now because it's really high level nerd stuff. Bitcoin, you've heard of it. Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a currency, is a digital currency. I don't know a ton about it, to be honest with you. Don't care. don't have money to invest in it anyway. Who cares? But it's a digital currency that needs to be mined by computers. So what some really rich people did is they bought a bunch of computers and they used all these graphics cards to run these computers at these really high rates so that they could actually mine this digital currency. Now, you can look up any of those words that I just said: Bitcoin, digital currency, mining. But either way, they've been building these bases of computers to mine this digital currency, literally, that they're running, but they'll put them by lakes so that Kyle, my best friend, who's way bigger nerd than I am, and I'm a big nerd, he was explaining about the fact that because the computers put off so much heat, they build them near and under lakes so that the lakes naturally cool. I mean, I'm talking about crazy high level things that sucked up all these graphic cards in the world. There's been a graphics card shortage in the world for the last like 5 years. And my friend who I know from running nightclubs, who's a nightclub photographer in the nightlife, whatever it is, Francis Sun. Everyone knows who Francis Sun if you've been in the service industry for any amount of time. We've been on, been in plenty of parties, plenty of after hours, plenty of boats, plenty of boat parties, like, plenty of things that we will never talk about ever in life in front of people. And he sees that I'm trying to build this computer. First of all, don't even ask why. I tell him why. I'm like, hey, this is why I'm doing it. I got to get approval, yada, yada, yada. I got to talk to some people that are helping me with financial stuff to make sure that we can do it, yada, yada. And then he's like, okay, well, let me know when you're ready. I pulled the trigger on Sunday. This dude actually goes and waits. He's like, because these graphic cards are so late or so hard to find, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, the truck comes into Micro Center. And on Tuesday morning, Thursday morning, and on Saturday morning, there's a line of people as if they're getting like waiting in line for getting Jordans, waiting to see if there's going to be graphics cards on the truck. Well, Francis was like, he kept asking me if I could get someone to wait in line. And I'm like, well, we just pulled the trigger on Sunday. But I knew that was one of the things that we had to try and figure out. And I was like, I don't know how. I can't sit outside for, I can't sit in a chair for more than an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sit outside for 5 hours. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then much less the fact that you could wait that whole time and then there not be a graphics card on the truck, which would be like the most frustrating thing in the world. But people do it every day, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday to be exact. And he did that for me Wednesday night. Just happened to still be up 4:30 in the morning. He was like, I'll just go over there and I'll wait there. And he waited there. Getting a graphics card in 4 days, this piece for a computer, that's all you got to know. The final piece to this computer build, getting that part in 4 days is impossible. Okay. Impossible. I don't even care if you pay this card retails scalper market for double. It like if you go search RTX 3070 RTX 3070, look it up. It's $1,500-$1,600 right now. But to get it for market value never happens. It's impossible. The box price is $800 on this part. To get it for that amount of money, impossible. To get it it's impossible, period. To have it even in your hands, even if you bought it at scalper rate, it would have to be delivered, in however many weeks or whatever it is, or come from whatever country. Even if you paid the scalper rate, to have it is impossible. To have it at market value is impossible. To have a friend who's willing to go do it randomly on a Wednesday night and watch his friend live stream games while he waits in line, for me, for you, for us to do this thing, to share this message, is all impossible. And oh man, I love impossible. I love calculating odds and figuring out impossibility because that just has God written all over it. Mom, you're right. Only God, 100%. Only God means impossible to anyone else. Impossible for anyone else. Impossible for you or me. And man, I needed to see some impossible. Here's the thing: the pain isn't any better. That's unfortunate. But At least I get to say the pains isn't any better, but I get to say but this week, and I'm so thankful for that. But I'm so thankful for that. However, the pain's not any better. However, we made significant strides in the way we're going to be able to share the message of good news and company to people in the world this week. The pain's not any better, but give me a month. This will all look different. It'll be a podcast that you can open on your phone and listen to every day if you want to. Hopefully live. I don't know if that's even a possible thing. Basically, I said it a long time ago that I wanted to start a radio station, but well, we'll see. You know, it's impossible that now my friend AC wants to be part of it, and he's going to help. We're going to help do stuff together moving forward. It's impossible, and I needed to see impossible. I needed to see impossible. I needed to feel encouraged, and I am so thankful for that for this week. And look, again, I didn't have a topic. I didn't have anything to say. Matter of fact, I was kind of in a bad mood and didn't really want to show up. And 45 minutes later, because for this particular project, I'm focused on not ignoring the bad, but finding what's good, looking towards what's good, seeking what's good. And so this has been an incredible week. This 20th show, it took us a long time. It took us 2 seasons to get to 20 shows for me and Hannah's podcast. And I think that we've probably only done 25 or 26 so far total, with the 3 seasons. So, we're blazing. We got blazing speed going on right now. We got really good stuff going on. And you can find them all on YouTube and listen back to what's going on with the way technology is. You can throw it on YouTube. You don't have to see my face. My face is as fat as it's ever been. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, at COVID plus can't walk equals fat Joel. And that's, hey, look, we'll get there. Well, when we get walking, maybe we have to have a mechanical knee to do it, but we're going to get back. We're going to get back to where we got to get. In the meantime, I'm going to praise him the whole way through. In the meantime, I need to remember, who knows, maybe there's a day that I need to go back and watch this video. Who know, I think that's another thing that I think is just really incredible about a project like this is when I'm having a bad day, I might need to go back and watch like a day when you had a good day, or like a day like today, that could have been disheartening, could have been overwhelming, but consistently showing up, consistently being obedient, God provides what we need. And so in and of that, I'm just so thankful. I'm just thankful to be able to be a voice, one small voice, in this army of people trying to get God's kids back to him. That's it. AC said it best, man. I love talking to AC because he's that dude. First of all, how many of y'all have 50-year-old friend? I got a 50-year-old friend. His name is AC. I don't know if he's here right now, but he might be. But my 50-year-old friend, man, he always has the funniest little quips and sayings to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'll probably wait to. No, he used to just like, I don't know. No. It doesn't honor what we're up to. But yeah, he's had some of the funniest quips in the world. Oh, should I share it? I'm gonna share it because but he used to say thick like frozen peanut butter, when he was talking about, thick like frozen peanut butter. Like, who thinks of this? Who thinks of that? Like he's the old man that says the thing that like it makes you be like, yeah, that's really hilarious. That's a really funny way to say it. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up to him on one of the shows. But man, like he's always got. So that wasn't a word of wisdom. That was just a hilarious word. Just a talented way of putting together words. But yesterday he said, God's main concern is getting his kids back to him. And that to me was such a wise word, such an important message, such an important message of purpose. Is trying to, if I get to play a part in helping God get some of his kids back to him, then man, what an honor. What AC's 50, ma. 50, 50. I know he don't look like it, doesn't sound like, I mean, he's got the gray beard now. But 50, he's always he's always been 7-8 years older than me, it's just, we've been friends for 17 years now, or 15 years now, or something, 16, I don't know, who knows, long time, since 2004, 2005. But with all that, I want to pray us out. I want to, it's been a week to celebrate for sure. It's been a week that I needed. It's been a blessing of a week. I needed to hear some good news. I need some things to look forward to. Just a couple weeks ago, I was, we had cooked some stuff for my friend, and we were delivering some stuff for my friend. And I was in the car with my friend Baird, and he said, "What keeps your mind busy?" And I was like, this idea of streaming and, whatever, but I think I need a new computer. This is before I even started it. Before I even started this show, we were doing that. We were in that conversation, and I was like, yeah, I've been dreaming of this thing called, I've been thing called streaming. Maybe he's 50. Baird might be 52. Actually, now I think of it, Baird is 50. I got a couple 50-year-old friends. I got a 74-year-old friend too. Just so you know. I think that says more about us, the older our friends are, and the younger. I got friends that are young. I just beat one of Hannah's friends on Apex the other day, video game. Anyways, he was like, "What keeps your mind busy?" And you know what? This has been it. This has been the project that's been kind of brewing in my head when I've just been laying there, sometimes in pain, sometimes not able to do anything. I think one of the things that I could use prayer for is the anxiety around being knocked down on my back again. I'm not looking forward to going through that again. I'm not. Just am not looking forward to that stretch, that few weeks, couple months where it's just hard to do everything, and that's where I may be headed if I have to have this knee replacement. So I could use prayer for that for sure. A prayer in that space, mentally capable, mental space, because I don't know what this show will look like. Now I'm starting to like, I got this responsibility to show up every day. And what if, whatever. I mean, things that God's going to sort out, I'm sure. But it's been an encouraging week. It's been a good week for me to have some good news to report. I'm not going to lie. Like, more than anything, I think that just feels good. It feels good to have something to look forward to, something to keep my mind busy, some good news to report. I'm praying the same thing for all of you. If you are going through it, I pray that I'm going to pray for you right now. God, if you are, no. If you are, can apply to humans. For you, God, it's because you are. Because you are good. Because you are present. Because you are reliable. Because you are never far. Because you are perfect. Because you are powerful. Because you are empathetic. Because you, not if you, because you are good. I pray that you are able to tangibly show up in the lives of people that need you today. Let there be something, whether or not they are tuned to you, tuned to appreciate, which most of us are not, including myself. We are not tuned in to be able to be on the wavelength of the channel that you're on, that is up to good all the time, every day. We just can't. We don't have the capacity. We don't have the bandwidth. We're only able to download at a very low megabyte speed. See, that's the nerd that's developing in me as I learn more about computer stuff. But we are only able, our capacity is small. Your capacity is great. But allow us, with the capacity that you've given us, with the capacity that we can understand, to see you show up, to see you live, to see you visibly in the world, to see you walking around with us daily, with those of us that are struggling, with those of us that are in our summer season and everything's good. Lord, let us realize that you're the one that's allowed that. If people are in their winter season, allow them to be warmed by you. If they're in their fall season, Lord, allow them to understand that the transition is one that you were walking with them with. If they're in their spring season, allow them to understand that the new things have an opportunity to be framed by you, to have you, to get you involved right there when there's new things developing. Instead of having to go fit you in later, allow the lens to be developed as one that they can look through you to new things. And we just need you to be close. We need you to be present with us. We need you to heal us, heal our bodies. Lord, heal my body, please. Will you please heal my body? Will you make it so that I don't have to have a knee replacement? Listen, I don't want you to hear this as doubt. I want you to hear this as trust. The answer is no, I trust you. If it's not what your plan is for me, I trust you. If you know that I need a better knee to be a better Joel, hey, look, let's go. Let's get it. Carry me through the emotional hard time that I know is on the other side of that. Carry me through. Carry my mom through. Will you carry my mom through? I know you'll carry my mom through. You've carried her for so long. You taught her to teach me that you were carrying us. So we thank you for that. I thank you for all the people that support me. I thank you for all the people that support this mission. I thank you for your presence. I thank you that you're never far, no matter what. And just let us keep sharing with others the good news. Let us keep sharing the good news that you are not far, that you are there in the beginning, the middle, and the end of all of our stories, of all of our blessings, of all of our bruises. Remind us, Lord, to let you be at the center and everything else be seen through that filter, that you're there, you're involved. We love you. We thank you for everything you're doing. In Jesus' name, amen. Yeah, that's what a show looks like where I got nothing. that's what a show looks like when I don't even want to do a show. When I'm pissed off when I start the live stream, and then all of a sudden I get to remember all the blessings, all the ways that I'm blessed. I get to remember. And so that's the blessing that I'm in the middle of. That's the blessing that this show is to me, that this time is to me, that this project is to me. And, I'll never shy away from the fact that this is something that I need on a deep, I'm built to share. And the last thing that I want to just talk about real quick is, my something that's been heavy on my heart, is now the passing of DMX. I have there's probably not a lot of artists, there's not a ton of artists that I really connect with. I don't really get starstruck, stuff like that. Like, I've met everybody, I've done those things. I've done all that. Like, it's been cool, whatever. Pictures with people and all that kind of stuff. That's fun. That's cool. I found a picture of Taylor Swift and I the other day, and I get to show Hannah because her best friend's favorite artist is Taylor Swift. That's all fine and good, and that's all cool. But not a lot of people that are in art, that are in music, have really touched me, helped me to see myself in them, in their art. And so I just want to my appreciation for the toil. DMX was like David from the Bible. I don't know if a lot of people realize that. He was like David. He was like David when he would cry out. He was like David when he would slip and fall. He was like David when he would get back up. He was like David when he would, with his level of passion, his level of he was like, DMX was like a modern David. And ironically enough, I feel like a modern David. My middle name is David. My mom knows that. And she knew that I was beloved. She knew I was David, before I came out the womb, she knew. That's why she named me Joel David, declarer of David, the beloved God, declarer of the beloved God. And DMX was very much like David. DMX lost his battle with addiction, and it breaks my heart. The story of how he got addicted breaks my heart. It reminds me of a lot of the stories of a lot of young men, black men in the hood, that get wrapped up into things that they never could have, would have, should have been involved in. And I only highlight that because it's something that I've seen firsthand. It's something that I know. It's part of my story. It's part of the potential story of a lot of people that have been in my like stratosphere. And so it breaks my heart that he was an addict. It breaks my heart that he was introduced to drugs the way he was. But man, the power that he prayed with was just incredible. The power and the authority, you could feel it. I posted a couple of his prayers. If you have never listened, you've never listened to DMX honestly pray, like, just go to Spotify and look up DMX pray. There's multiple songs. He has a song on every album where he just prays. On every album. It doesn't even matter. Honestly, like the 75% of the other content and words you can discard if you like. But these prayers. And then there are these songs. And some of these songs are like his battle with demons. You can hear it. You can hear I don't know what part you said yep to. Julie, blessings to you too. I appreciate you. I appreciate all your prayers. I've appreciated developing a relationship with you that I've only seen you like twice in my life. Courtney, you got a good mama. But if you've never gone through, like, give it a shot. It doesn't, honestly, you might be scared off by the album cover. You might be. There's an album cover where the name of the album is "It's Dark and Hell is Hot." Both true statements, but it looks kind of scary. There's another one where it's "Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood," and he's literally depicted as covered in blood, fully covered in blood on a white background. He's a bald black guy that's all red. And so it might be a little bit intimidating to look at some of the visuals from the outside. But when you start to listen to you listen to a song called Mickey, that's a conversation between him and Satan. Like, literally, it's a conversation. You can hear the battle that he has with Satan and the struggle that he's having, and literally how easy it is to fall into the trap. Like this demon, or call this evil one, my name's D like you, but my friends call me Damien, Damien, Satan. And in the song, he becomes friends with him, but then the Satan that gives him one thing in one hand, tricks him into murdering someone in another part of the story. It's crazy. But the point is the manipulation. Like, he was expressing the manipulation that was going on. He was expressing the power, the really sly way, the really slick way that the evil one can con you into doing what he wants you to do. Man, but you listen to some of these prayers, and it is just like, I know that man, I know that man believes. I know that man loves God. I know that man wants freedom for the people that hear his prayers. Declare of the beloved God. Oh, yes, that's what you meant, Ma. Joel David. Joel, declare of God. David, beloved. Together, Joel David, declare of the beloved God. That is who I am. That's who my mom named me to be. And look, look, ma, no hands. I made it. No, I didn't make it. I'm doing it. I am it. I am a declarer of how good God is. That's just who I am. It's just who I am. It's been who I've been since before I was born. And so God knew it, ma, and man, God let you know it. But rest in peace, And I'm praying for all of the people that are involved, all the people that have lost, all the people across the world that have lost someone that really impacted their life. And I pray that what is lasting, my prayer that the legacy that lives on past DMX's life is one that he loved God so much, and he wrestled with his demons so much and fought so hard to bring that to light for people to see. Ultimately, he lost the physical battle. He lost just the physical battle, though. But I believe that DMX is chilling in heaven right now, and I don't say that lightly. I don't say it like, and I'm not foolish enough to think that everybody just goes to heaven no matter what. Like, I'm not foolish enough to think that just good people go to heaven. I'm not, but I think that DMX is in heaven, and I think that he's chilling with his father right now, and that makes me happy. That makes me happy for him, that he is no longer a slave to addiction, that he's free. So rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace to one of the artists that helped shape my life, that helped change my life, that helped give me courage. Helped give me courage to be exactly who I am. A person that's done a whole lot of bad shit. A person that loves Jesus still. He gave me courage to be that. He helped me have courage to be that. He gave me permission. He showed me even some ways of how to battle, or how to how to talk back, how to talk slick when it comes to talking to the evil one, how to be submissive to his father. There's a song, Ready to Meet Him is another song that you should listen to. Besides searching DMX pray and listening to him pray, or any of the prayers, that are powerful, Mickey is one of the songs you should listen to. And then Ready to Meet Him. And he's talking about God. He said, he's ready to meet him, because where I'm living ain't right. Black hates white, white hate black. It's right back to the same fight. They want us live in the war, but the real war is to follow the law of the Lord. Like, those are words. I'm ready to meet him, because where I'm living ain't right. Black hate white, white hate black. It's right back to the same fight. It's like living in a war, but the real war is to follow the law of the Lord. Like, those are lyrics from the man who passed today. The rapper that died today said, I'm ready to meet him, because where I'm living ain't right. Black hate white, white hate black. It's right back to the same fight. It's like living in a war, because the real war is to follow the law of the Lord. Like, those are rap lyrics, but that's today. That's 2021. That's 2021. And so, rest in peace, DMX. I pray that more people have courage to speak up, to battle their demons in public. Oh man, what if we could do that? What if more of us could just battle our demons and show that it's okay to fight, show that it's okay to have a bad day, show that it's okay to be in pain, show it's okay to suffer, as long as it's a battle, and the battle and that you are going into with God, period. So that's it. That's show number 20 in the books. And so we're done with 4 weeks. If you are new to the show and you have not followed the Discord yet, follow our Discord. My Discord is it's an app. Okay. All right. I know it's another app. You might have to put another app on your phone. Sorry, guys. But it's an app and kind of a place where I'm kind of organizing everything that we do with the ministry and kind of updates and stuff like that. If you are on Instagram, best way if you're on Instagram is to go to the share Facebook page. Don't go to Instagram. Go to the share Facebook page. I actually am going to include our Discord link in the bios, but for now, go to the share Facebook. Share. We have to share one Facebook page. Make sure you like it. The link for the Discord is in the caption of today's show, yesterday's show, day before show. And it's an app that is a way of kind of organizing a community. And so our channel on Discord, our server on Discord is called Share the Community. You can get stuff from like general information, topics for live stream. You can contribute if there's something that you want us to talk about. Antoinette, the link is in the caption of this show, either on the YouTube page or on the Facebook page. So go to the caption, go to the words below the video that has the link there. I can't send it on Instagram because they don't let you send links in Instagram comments. But topics for live stream, if there's a place for that, if there's something that you want me to talk about, you have a question. Hey, what do you think about this? You can put it in there. Scriptures and encouragement. There's a place to find there's a part of our channel. Another part is for prayer requests. If you have prayer requests, we'd love to pray for you. I'd love to pray for you personally or not. You know, you can send me direct messages on Share if you on the Discord. That's the way that I can. That's why I can be directly reached. Praise reports if you got one, or quotes if you want to submit one, or to just read some of the ones that are on there. Sometimes I put our live stream caption in there. So there's it's just a place where it's like Share, and then it's a bunch of different things that you can find on Share, right? General topics for live streams, scriptures, prayer requests, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like just a one-stop shop. It's a good way to organize communities. A lot of different streamers organize their communities through Discord. So I wanted to not recreate the wheel. I wanted to just use something that is available right now. And it's a really valuable tool for a lot of streamers in the world. And streamers are gamers or whoever. They have done a really good job with like organizing their community. So I wanted to kind of use some tools that were already in the world to help organize the community. And so join our Discord, follow our Discord if you can. If you want to support any of the links that you can find, any of the links for donation or anything in the Discord as well, or in our caption, anywhere. So this should be pretty easy to find. If you need them, I can send them directly to you. But we appreciate everything. We appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the prayers. It's been an incredible 20 shows. And so we're celebrating 20 shows today. 4 weeks complete of Share the Live Stream, Good News and Company. And that is all for today. 1 hour and 11 minutes later, when I didn't even want to say anything in the first place. God is good all the time, period. And, don't forget to share. That's the thing that I sign off with every day. Don't forget to share, because we have enough. Whether it's blessings or bruises, we have enough. Don't forget to share. Whether it's the pain or the provision, don't forget to share. Make sure that your posture is open-handed. Let it go. You don't need to carry that pain. Find a safe place to share with. If you need a safe place to share with, I can be that. I can hold space. I can pray with you. Find a safe place to share your pain. Don't hold on to it. You're not meant to carry any of these things that we're going through alone. We're not meant to be alone. So remember that. You guys have a great weekend. God bless, and I'll see y'all on Monday. Peace out. I can't believe I get to do this every day. What a blessing. And I'm actually not going to go like cry now. I'm actually like, my day's better because I had the opportunity to show up with you all today. So thank you for watching this far. Bye.